Hi, Ron Craig here again, sharing with you the Bible answer to the question, where is God? And we've been looking in the book of Revelation for part of that answer, and this is Revelation lesson 21 on Revelation chapter 22, the last chapter of Revelation. We finally got there. So let's read it. Revelation 22, starting with verse 1. John said, "This angel showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding from the throne of God and of the Lamb." Now John is seeing a vision of the new earth. In the previous chapter, we see that God is going to renovate this earth. He said, "I'll make all things new. I'm going to make a new earth and a new heaven," not starting all over again, but renovating this one, getting rid of all the remnants and evidences of Earth's sinful career over thousands of years with extreme heat. 2 Peter chapter 2, I believe, tells us about that event. And with extreme heat, the elements will melt. So God is getting rid of the remnants of sin and the evidences of Earth's past sinful career. And that's what John is seeing, the renovated earth, the new heaven and a new earth. But this is on the new earth that John is seeing. And this, he's seeing the city, the New Jerusalem, which has come down out of heaven on the new earth, and God came with it. Okay, so again, John saw a pure river of water of life. This is the vision the angel showed him of the new earth, clear as crystal, and it proceeded from the throne of God and of the Lamb. So this water of life, pure water of life, nothing like we have on earth today, and it's not coming out of the ground or falling from the sky, but from the throne of God. This is the water of life, a river of water of life flowing out to the world. Again, this is in the New Jerusalem, which has come down out of heaven, and we're told in Revelation that this city, the New Jerusalem, is a big one. It's 1,500 miles square. In fact, he said the length and width and height are the same. That means it's 1,500 miles high, which goes way into outer space as we know it today, which means we're going to have a new ecosystem on this new earth, not like we have on this old earth that we're living on today. And on either side of that river, pure river of water of life, was the tree of life. So he's supplying water and food on the tree of life. This is food for the resurrected saints, evidently, and whoever else can eat it, the tree of life. And this started out in the Garden of Eden, you remember. But here, as John sees it, it's more than one tree, but it's a kind of tree of life, and there are many of them on each side of that river. And it said each tree yields its fruit every month. And there are 12 different kinds of fruit on that tree. 12 different kinds. So it could be that one month it'll yield one kind of fruit and next month another year round. Or it could be 12 manner of fruit on at all time, and each month it has a new crop. So the curse is lifted, because he said there will be no more curse. But the throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the New Jerusalem, on the new earth. And his servants will serve him. Now, God doesn't need food. He doesn't need protection. But God created us for a purpose. And that purpose is to fellowship with God, to worship God, to respect him and reverence him. And he said, "I will be among my people, and I'll be their God, and they'll be my people." He wants to walk among us and fellowship with us. And this is going to happen in the new earth after God renovates this one and brings down the New Jerusalem from heaven, which he said, Jesus said, "I'm going to prepare a city for you. I'm preparing a place for you with many rooms." And that's what he was talking about, the New Jerusalem coming down from God out of heaven, and God came with it, and his throne with it, and the Lamb's throne is also there. His servants will serve him, and they will see his face. Right now, God said, nobody can look up on my face and live, but us, we resurrected saints at that time will be able to. We'll look upon his face, and his name will be on our foreheads. Now, this is not an ugly thing, but it means we're identified as God's people. We belong to God, and he'll have his stamp of approval upon us. His name will be on our foreheads, because this is talking about us resurrected saints as Christians right now. There will be no night there. They will need no lamp or light of the sun, for the Lord God gives them light, and they will reign forever and ever. Now John is seeing this. He's talking about people seeing. He's seeing in the new Jerusalem, on the new earth, in the resurrected saints, but we'll be there. That'll be us. He was seeing us, perhaps himself. So when he said they will reign, he was really saying we will reign. But my question is, who will we reign over? Obviously, there will be natural people in other parts of the earth that we will reign over as resurrected saints. We won't reign over one another. There's no need for resurrected saints to reign over one another. So we'll be reigning over the natural people who will be living in the new earth, and they will live forever. Now, he said, then he, the angel, said unto me, these words are faithful and true. Now, right now in our day, on this old earth, many people are questioning the Bible. The Bible is under attack. It's an obsolete book. It's man's book. It's not God's book. It's not accurate. There are many flaws in it, and you can't trust the Bible. The devil is attacking the Bible in every way he can. But here is the last book that was written in the New Testament, book of Revelation. This angel told John, these words are faithful and true. And this was told him about 1900 years ago. And they haven't grown old or gone out of existence since then. These words are still true and faithful to this day. And the Lord God of the holy prophets has sent his angel to show his servants these things, which must shortly take place. Now the idea here, if you study all the Bible, is he's saying that when this begins to happen, it'll wrap up quickly. It'll speedily. It may be a while before it starts happening, but in the end times, when things start rolling, it's going to be over pretty quick. And that's what he's talking about there. Behold, I am coming quickly, Jesus said. Blessed is the one who keeps the words of the prophecy of this book of Revelation. So you see, we need to know what Revelation teaches, because it said, blessed are those who keep the words of it. That word keep means you hear them, you find out about those words, and you believe those words, and you accept those words, reverence those words, and honor those words as God's words, and you perform them, you do them, you keep them. That's what the word keep means. Now, John said, when I saw and heard all these things, I fell down to worship before the feet of that angel who showed me these things. Now, there are some people who believe that this angel was actually a resurrected man. He was not an actual angel, but John said he was an angel. And I cannot believe that John would fall down and worship another human being, even a resurrected one. This had to be an angel. And keep that in mind, because the angel said, don't worship me, don't do that, for I am your fellow servant and the servant of your brethren. The angel didn't say, I'm the servant of my brethren or our brethren, but of your brethren. So the angel is differentiating between himself and John. John was a man, will be resurrected, but the angel was an angel, not a human being, not even a resurrected one. I'm the servant of your brethren, of the prophets, and those who keep the words of this book. Worship God. This is one more lesson I'll have to divide into two parts, A and B. This being part A, so don't go away. You'll surely want to catch the rest of Revelation lesson 21 on Revelation chapter 22, the last chapter in the book of Revelation.